Okay, fine. So I think we have to start with the slide number 11. Fine. So good morning, all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you, Vita. So far, in this chapter number 17, stars, when we talked about stars and the solar system, we have observed that stars are present in the sky, but it's not observable during the daytime. Why? Why can't we see stars during daytime, Beta? Hello? Why can't we see stars during daytime? Boys,
Yes,
can you give
ma'am.
me an answer? Yes. Why can't we see stars during daytime?
Because of the bright light of our sun.
Exactly, because of the bright light of the sun. So what we see say exactly is like the stars are not available. Stars only come during nighttime. It's not so. Stars are present during daytime as well as nighttime. The only difference is that at nighttime there is no sunlight, so we can see, and during daytime there is sunlight, so we cannot see the stars. As simple as that, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so stars are always present with us, but we are not able to see during daytime because of the sunlight. And when the sunlight is absent at night time, we can see the stars. Isn't it, Vita? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We had already talked about that the sun, it moves from where, Vita? East to west, isn't it? It appears to move from east to west. Is sun moving, Vita? We are moving or sun is moving?
We are moving.
We are moving. But what appears, sun is moving. Don't you think so?
Yes, ma'am.
What appears that sun is moving, isn't it? We say the sun rises in the east and sun sets in the west, but actually we are moving. Sun is stationary. Stars don't move. I think I told you already. Stars don't move, and sun is one of the stars. So how can it move? But actually we are moving. It shows as if the sun is moving. You understand better?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, boys. Now, are you understanding what we are trying to get at? We see sun getting up or moving out from the east and then setting in the sky at west, isn't it? So we are being taught as sun rises in the east and sun sets in the west, isn't it? This is how we are taught from early childhood, isn't it? But exactly it is not. It is not. We are moving and not the sun. We are moving from where? West to east, and hence star looks from east to west. Do you understand? Earth is
Yes,
moving
ma'am.
from west to east, and hence we see that star is moving from east to west. Understood, beta? So these are two things that you have learned today. One, that star is always available. Star is always on the sky, but it is only visible during night time because there is no sunlight. Second, sun never moves. It is the earth which is moving. So it looks as if sun is moving from east to west because earth is moving from west to east. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So these are two things you learned today, beta. Okay. Now we'll come to know about the pole star. And this star, I think that again talked about. This is the star which you get a very bright star during evening. Isn't it, beta? And Saptarishi moves around the pole star. Saptarishi, which is called as the Great Dipper, the Big Bear. Remember? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I taught you. I think regarding the constellation, and it moves around the pole star. So from the tail of the Saptarishi, you can find out the direction of the pole star. Yes, please read, Beta. Please read. Please read, Beta. Hello.
The pole star, the star which appears stationary from the Earth, is called pole star. The pole
Okay.
star appears to be stationary and does not change its position. It's with time because it lies on the axis of rotation, which is fixed in which is fixed in space and does
Yes.
not change with time.
You understood now? What is pole star? Pole star appears stationary. That means it looks as if it's not changing its position. And that's the only star which does not change its position is called pole star. It may be summer, it may be winter, it may be monsoon, it does not change its place. Why? Because it is lying on the axis of rotation of the earth. Okay? And that rotation, that axis of rotation is always fixed. When the axis of rotation is fixed, so pole star's place is also fixed. You got my point? And hence the pole star does not change its position because it is on the axis of rotation of earth. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So whether it could be any season, whether it could be any time, whether it could be any month, any day, the pole star remains at one place. Hope you have understood this. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All of you understood better? 8th standard? Whoever present in the lecture, have you understood all of you better?
Yes,
Why the position of pole star does not change? Because it is on the axis of
yes,
rotation
ma'am.
of the earth. It is on the axis of the rotation of earth, the placement of pole star. And axis of rotation of earth never changes. You know that, right? Hello? The axis of rotation of earth. What is rotation of earth? What is rotation of earth, beta? It is moving on its axis. And this axis will never change. And here is the pole star. Hope you understand.
Yes, ma'am.
It is tilted on one side, isn't it? 23 degree, I think so. It is tilted on one side, and that tilt is never changed. And that has the pole star is on the same tilt, so it does not change its position. Fine. So this is regarding pole stars. See, these are the stars. Can you see this? The stars.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we'll see the how do we measure the distance in the space? Please. Take it.
Ma'am, can I read?
Yes, better.
The unit of measuring distance in universe, light year. The distance between the various celestial objects like stars and planets are expressed in the unit of light year. One light year is the distance traveled by light in 1 year. 1 year is equal to 9.4610 to the power 12. Light year is the unit of distance after the sun. The nearest star is
Proxima Centauri. Proxima
Proxima
Centauri.
Centauri. The distance between Proxima Centauri and is 4.3 light years.
Okay. Now, how do we measure the distance in universe? It is measured in light years. What is the unit beta? Like how we talk about kilometer, meter, centimeter, remember? But in the space, we talk about light year. What is that beta? Light year. The sun is almost 150 kilometer, 150 million kilometer away from the earth. You understood? How do you find the distance? Now the next nearest star is Alpha Centauri. Okay? And it is at a distance of about 40 into 10 raised to the 12 kilometer from the earth. Now, is it possible to measure that distance in kilometer? No. So we, instead of kilometer, we use the unit as light year. And again, some stars are further away from the Earth. Now, how do you measure it? So these large distances are expressed in other unit, which is known as light year. So this is a distance traveled by light in 1 year. Got my point, beta? We know that the
Yes,
speed
ma'am.
of light, yes, the speed of light is 3 into 10 raised to power 5 kilometer per second. Is it clear? Is it
Yes,
clear,
ma'am.
beta? So the distance of the sun from the earth could be 8 light minutes, and the distance of Alpha Centauri is how much it is? 4.3 light years. How much it is, beta? 4.3 light years. This is the nearest star from our galaxy, that is from our solar system. So you don't have to remember all this, but you should have an idea how it is measured, what is the unit to measure the distance between stars, between the planets, between the celestial objects or the heavenly bodies, how it is measured, why it is given this much of, why it has been used as a light year. So you got all this information. Now, this is one, the Proxima Centauri that we were talking about. This is the star. Can you see this? This is the star. The brightest star is Proxima Centauri. Now, see the distance from Earth to Proxima Centauri, which is the next nearest star, next to Sun. You can see over here. Yes, this is the Earth, and this is the star. Okay, what is it? 4.24 light years. How much is the distance? 4.24 light years. Now we're going to talk about constellation. Now, what exactly is constellation? It is a group of stars making a very specific shape in the sky. It could be an animal, it could be a object, anything. It's giving a very precise shape. That is called as constellations. Okay, please read Vita. So at night time only you can see this. When you see the sky for some time, you can see some stars making groups with shapes, and that shapes are recognizable. That means you can recognize those shapes. It could be a face, it could be a belt, it could be like an animal. So these are called as constellations because ancient people were able to recognize stars in the sky. Remember, they used to observe the sky very keenly. So these shapes of constellations, they resemble the objects and which were familiar to those people at that time. And they gave the names. You understand? Hello. For
Yes,
that
ma'am.
Yes,
you should
ma'am.
for that you should know where to look and how this constellation looks like and where do you have to find it in east direction or west direction. You should know the directions as well. Okay? Read
Yes.
better. Read better.
Constellation, the group of stars which appears to form some recognizable shape or pattern known as constellation. Each constellation has been given a name signifying an animal, a human being, or some other object which it appears to resemble. Some of the important constellations which we can see during night sky are Ursa
Ursa
Major,
Major.
Ursa
Ursa
Major,
Major. Then
Ursa,
Orion.
Orion, Cassiopeia,
Leo Major.
Dio Major.
So understood? These are the name of constellations. The
Yes,
first one that we are going to talk about is Ursa Major, followed by Orion, then Cassiopeia, and Leo Major. So I hope you understood what is regarding constellation.
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
all about constellation? All of you know. So I said the same thing has been. It's sort of a revision part for you. That is a group of stars which is giving a recognizable shape. It could be a human being or it could be some other object which it looks like. So the main constellation that we are going to work with is Ursa Major, Orion, Cassiopeia, and Leo Major. I hope you know the birth stars. Yes? So these are all due to constellations. The Sagittarius, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Hope you understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yes. So all are made by stars only. These are all constellations. You understand now? From where you got all this? Uh, we put our birthdays between this and this. This is all only due to constellations. Now we'll talk about Ursa major constellations. The very first. Start working. Can anyone else want to read? Can take up. Hello. Do anyone want to read better? Moinin is there. And who's the other one?
Yes, ma'am, I'm reading.
Who's the other one? The one who had read before you? Hello? Yes, read better.
Ursa Major constellation. The Ursa Major constellation consists of seven bright stars which are arranged in a pattern resembling somewhat a big bear. The
Bear,
Ursa
not beer. It is bear.
Bear. The Ursa Major constellation is visible during the summer season. We we can locate the position of pole star in the night sky with the help of Ursa Major constellation. The the Ursa Major constellation appears to revolve around the pole star in the night sky.
Okay. A bit I think you know about it now. When I was explaining the pole star, remember? I was telling you about that, about Saptarishi or Ursa major constellation. It moves around the pole star. Didn't I say that? Yes, boys. So you can identify this constellation. Very famous constellation is this, and you get in summertime in the early part of night. Okay. The other name of this Ursa major is Big Dipper. What it is called as? Big Dipper. What it is called, beta? Big Dipper. Okay. Second one is Great Bear. What is the other one? Great Bear. The third one is Saptarishi. What is the third one? Saptarishi. So it's got so many names. You can understand? So it is first is Ursa Major, then it becomes Big Dipper, the Great Bear, or the Saptarishi. So it's got so many synonyms or so many names. Understood? Hello? Boys, understood? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me, boys? Moinuddin, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm not getting any answer. That's why I had to ask you. So, how many stars are there in this constellation, beta? Seven. Seven important stars are present in this constellation. and it looks like a big ladle. You know, big ladle means I will show you. You see this over here? See, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. See, this is the constellation. You understand what it looks like? It looks like a ladle or spoon, isn't it? This is the handle and this is the bowl, isn't it? It looks like a spoon. Hello? You understand or not? Or it looks like a question mark also. See? This is how it looks like question mark, isn't it? Okay. So how many are there in the handle? There are three stars in the handle and four in its bowl. You understand? Boys, hello. Boys, can you hear me?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
with all, yes, and with all this constellation, there are some mythological stories. And with Ursa Major, that is called Saptarishi, it has been associated with seven well-known ancient Indian sages or rishis. You understand now? So all these stars are named on this seven sages because they had eternal knowledge of Vedas. So all these names, all these stars are given the name of the rishis. You got my point? This is a story about Saptarishi because they had lots of knowledge regarding Vedas. Now we are going to work on Orion constellation. Any problem regarding Great Bear or Ursa Major? Have you understood Ursa Major? Did you understand Ursa Major, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we start with the Orion constellation. Please begin.
Orion constellation. The Orion constellation consists of 7 or 8 bright stars. The Orion constellation is visible to us in the sky during winter season. The brightest star in the sky is
Sirius.
called Ceres.
Sirius. Okay, fine. Now regarding Orion constellation, it has got either seven or eight bright stars. So how many stars are in Orion constellation? Seven or eight. How many stars was in Ursa Major? Only seven. Remember that. You understood now? The Ursa Major was observed in summertime. Remember that? And Orion constellation is observed in winter season. This is the difference. And near this Orion, we get a very brightest star which is called as Sirius. What it is called? Sirius. Whereas in case of Ursa Major, which is the brightest star that we see with a pole star. Do you understand? Hello. Do you understand? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Boys? Yes. So which star is associated with Ursa Major? Pole star. Which star is associated with Orion? Sirius. You understood now? All of you? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Even you can read better. Take chances of reading. Now this is Orion. Can you see this Orion beta? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Okay. Now this Orion, the Sirius, you can see there are three stars. Very beautiful constellation in the sky you find. It is also called as Hunter. This constellation is also called as Hunter. So if I say Hunter, then you should understand that I am talking about Orion. Okay? You can see there are three middle stars, one, two, and three. You see these
Ma'am, it
three
is
major
called
stars?
Orion belt.
Yes, it is called as Orion belt. Very good. It is called as Orion belt. So this is the belt of the hunter. What is it, beta? These three stars, one, two, three stars make the belt of the hunter. And the four bright stars is arranged in the form of quadrilateral. Can you see this? This is one, this is two, this is three, and this is four. So this is a quadrilateral. Can you see this? Four sides. These are the bright
Yes,
stars, which is
ma'am.
making a quadrilateral. And this is a star series that we are talking about. It is located very close to Orion. And how we will locate Sirius? What you will do? You will go towards east. Now you will just spread this line. This is east. Somewhere over here you will get Sirius. You understand? So this is how you will locate Sirius, the brightest star in the sky. Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now we come to the third constellation, which is known as Cassiopeia. You can read better.
Cassiopeia constellation. Cassiopeia constellation consists of five main stars. The Cassiopeia constellation is thought represent queen seated on chair. Cassiopeia constellation is visible during winter.
Thank you. Now what is Cassiopeia constellation? It is made up of how many stars? Five. And how it looks as if it is a chair which has been seated by a queen. A queen is seated on a chair. This is how it looks and is again visible during winter. Look at this. You get this Cassiopeia in the northern sky. It looks like a distorted letter, either it is W, it looks like W, isn't it? See? Distorted W or M.
Yes, ma'am.
If you look otherwise, it looks like M, isn't it? So this is how you start observing the night sky. You can see all this constellation very easily. Fine? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, why this constellation? See, there are many stars around. Can you see all the stars? But these are the prominent stars. These are bright stars that is making the constellation. You understand? But there are many stars, but these stars are not so prominent. They are not so significant. And hence they are not taken as a part of constellation. Got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now we will talk about Leo major constellation. What is the name of Leo? What is the meaning of Leo, beta? Lion. What is the meaning of Leo? Lion. Okay? Please read.
Leo major constellation. Leo major constellation usually consists of nine main stars. Leo means lion. Leo major
Major. Major.
major constellation is
Constellation.
visible during the summer.
Okay. Now, this is the last constellation that we are going to talk about is Leo Major. It has got nine main stars. Meaning of Leo is lion. And when do we see it better? Summer. Summer night we can see this Leo Major constellation. This is how it looks like. This is the tail part. This is the body. And this is the head. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
This is how it looks. It has been improvised as Leo, that is a lion. Okay? Now I
Yes,
think we are through constellation. Any problem so far in constellation, Vita?
no,
No,
If you
ma'am.
want to ask me, if you want to ask me any question, you can ask me, Vita. So we are going one by one. So constellation is over. Now we are going to talk about solar system. So it's totally a different aspect. So that's why I'm asking you. If at all you have any problems, you can ask me. Or should I
ma'am, can
start
I
with?
read?
Okay, why not? All of you should read. I think I would be very happy. Okay, all of you should read.
Solar system.
Start.
Solar system consists of the sun, the eight planets, and the satellites, and millions of smaller celestial objects such as asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. The eight planets of solar system, according to their order, are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The gravitational pull of the Sun keeps all the planets and other objects revolving around.
It's revolving around. What? Can you tell me? All are revolving around, isn't it? The planets are revolving around the
Orbit.
sun. Yes, in its orbit, revolving in its orbit, or revolving around. Now, if I that's what the personally I have kept it blank. Why? Because planets are revolving around the sun. Agree? Satellites are
Yes,
revolving
ma'am.
around the planets. Agree? So there are many things which are
Yes,
revolving
ma'am.
around the heavenly bodies. Got my point? Okay. Now, what is solar system? It has got sun, and how many planets do we have? Eight.
8.
And these planets have got their own satellites. You agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So, in all, we have sun, the planets, and the satellites of the planets. This is what we have in the uh, solar system. Along with this, we have millions, umpteenth number of small celestial objects or heavenly bodies. Example, asteroids, comets, meteoroids. Even they are a part of solar system. The eight planets according to the placement. What is the meaning of placement? According to the placement order, that is, which is near to the sun and which is farther away from the sun, they are placed this way. First comes the nearest planet to the sun is Mercury, followed by Venus, we are the third. Earth is the third number. Then we have Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, followed by Neptune. Earlier we had nine planets. The Pluto was the farthest planet. Now it has been removed. Why? I will let you know very soon. Now Pluto name is been called as dwarf planet. What it is called as? Pluto is called as dwarf planet. You understand? This is the name
Yes,
of
ma'am.
that planet. Okay. Now, question could arise that how come the planets and the satellites they don't collide, they don't meet with an accident? How come it's possible? Because the sun has got a specific gravitational pull with each and every planet which you find in the solar system. So they are placed in their particular orbits. So they don't switch over. They don't leave their orbits. They maintain that gravitational pull. Similarly, the satellite also maintain the same gravitational pull, and hence they don't collide, hence they don't switch over to other orbits, and no accidents happen. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Why they are in orbits? Now, the question if I ask you, why all the planets are in their orbits, why the satellites are in their orbits, how come? Because of the gravitational pull by the sun. You understand? It is maintaining the orbits of the planets as well as their satellites. Do you understand, Vita?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Vita. Now look at the placement. See, this is the sun. You agree? This
Yes.
is the sun. Okay, that orange color is sun. Followed by Mercury, then Venus. Blue color is the
Uh,
Earth. Mars. The biggest
Mars.
one is Jupiter. The biggest one is Jupiter. And a very special planet we have with rings is Saturn, followed by Uranus and then Neptune. Understood, Vita?
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the size, see the size. This is again Sun. We got Mercury over here, small. Then we have the Venus, we have the Earth, we have the Mars. Can you see that's so small? See, all are very small. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars are so small. Now see the comparison of the biggest is Jupiter, followed by Saturn, then we have the Uranus and then Neptune. You understand? And look at this size and look at the other sizes. Now, this is the comparison of the sizes of the planets in the solar system. Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Good. Now, we are going to talk about, learn about sun. Please.
Sun. The sun is a star. It is a star around Earth and other planets
Read
which
properly, better.
revolve.
Don't rush. Don't rush. Read properly. The
The
way
sun
you
is a star.
explain.
The sun is a star having a system of planets around it with life on one of its planets called Earth. The sun is an extremely hot object having temperature 6000 degrees Celsius. The sun is not a solid object. The sun consists mostly of hydrogen gas. The sun is the main source of heat and light energy for all the planets of the solar system and their satellites.
Do you agree?
Yes,
The sun is the source of heat and light energy to all the
yes,
planets.
ma'am.
What is sun? We know sun is a star. Sun is a star,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is star around which Earth and other planets are moving. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this sun has got a system of planets. This is moving around the sun, but only one planet has got life, and that is called Earth. Sun is extremely hot. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
It's got a temperature of 6000 degrees Celsius. How much temperature is it? 6000 degree. Imagine 100 degrees Celsius we burn. 100 degrees Celsius, the water starts boiling. You know that, right? And here we are talking about 6000 degrees Celsius. Can you imagine? Sun is made up of gas. It is not solid. We know that. Sun is made up of gases. Which gas are we talking about?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. So from sun is the only source we know that which is giving out heat as well as light. And for that reason, all the planets they get the light from the sun, isn't it? Planets that don't have light of their own. So where do they get light? They get light from the sun. They get light and heat from the sun. You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. You know that now. So the main source of heat and light for all the planets is sun. Now look over here. This is sun. I want to show you something. Can you see over here what is coming out? Can you see this line? Can you see
Heat.
this? Yeah, no, what is the name of it? Sun flares. What it is called as? I just want to show you. This is called as sun
Sun
flares.
flares.
It's sort of an explosion. I'll tell you why it is happening. Again, it's not in the book, but I'm giving you again extra information. I want to show you some. These are the bright spots. See, the reactions are happening here. Can you see this over here? The bright spots. Yes?
Yes,
Hello? Yes? So these are the hot spots. What are they called as? Hot spots. Can you see this over here? Some more. Show you here. Get the information. You see sun flare, how it is coming out. See. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
These are flares of reactions. Here also. Can you see this? This one. Here. Can you see all these things? These are all sun flares, which is giving out energy. Okay, and these are the bright spots. Can you see these bright spots? These ones.
Yes, ma'am.
These are bright spots. I'm not going in detail. Remember that. I'm not going in detail. It is not required. This is how the sun looks in the afternoon. Yes, it's yellow and this is orange. This is very NASA pictures. These are NASA pictures. So that's the reason why I've shown you both the pictures. Any problem so far? Now, Sun is located 93 into 10 raised to the power 6 miles from Earth. Got it? So far it's from Earth.
Yes,
And this is
ma'am.
the closest star. Sun is the closest star to the Earth. And how old it is? 4.5 billion years old. The surface temperature is 10,000 degrees. And the inside center is 27 into 10 raised to the power 6 degrees. Hope you understand. Did you understand? It's
Yes,
all
ma'am.
about sun. Okay? More to sun. Please read if it's possible, otherwise I will read. If you can read,
The
then read
sun
it.
gives the sun gives all energy as electromagnetic radiation
Electromagnetic.
that electromagnetic radiation that includes light, infrared energy, heat, ultraviolet light, and radio waves. It also gives off stream of particles which reach Earth as solar wind. The source of all this energy is the reaction in the star, which turns hydrogen into helium and makes huge amounts of energy.
Fine. I think we have come to close. We've exceeded the time limit. So it will take more time for me to explain. Should we keep it for next session, if you
No
don't mind?
problem.
Huh?
Okay, ma'am.
We will redo it. We will redo the slide. Remind me. We will redo the slide again. And this is again all extra information. I've taken almost 4 to 5 slides on sun, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So we are going to learn more about sun. Okay. Fine. So I hope you have understood something today regarding solar system.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank
Yes,
you. Thank
ma'am.
you. If you want to let me know, if you want to give me more information, you are welcome with it. Are you happy with the things that you're getting from me?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, beta. Thank you. Even you can give me suggestions. No problem. Okay, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day then. Enjoy.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, beta.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, beta.
હવે કોનો લેક્ચર છે?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.